you're approaching this kind of professionally. Like I'm looking at just from your submission. This little things that I look at the cues on things that you've done when you submit it, and when I look at your release and the artwork and how many tracks is on it, and it's up on Apple Music, and I feel like you've done the thing that a lot of young artists do. You skip, like you go straight to the league and you skip fucking practice. Like you haven't you're not good yet. And that's not to say that you can't be good. Like, but it sounds like the what you have, there's no standout lines to me. It's very blah. That nothing stands out. The vibe of the track doesn't really fit the vibe of the record to me. It's like I decided, yo, that sounds like something fun to do. I want to be a rapper or I want to be an artist, and then you started doing it, but you haven't put in enough work. Like this is a record. If this record was on SoundCloud, I'd understand it and understand this is your part of your development. But it's like with this record and it's like it's on Apple Music. You got cover art. You got 8 other records, and it's like the quality and the level of the record is like it's not there yet. And so for the platform that you've put it on, I gotta grade it based on the platform you put it on and how you're presenting it to the world. But if you took this same project and if it was on a SoundCloud, then I'm going to listen to it with a less I'm going to have a more forgiving ear because I feel like that's a place where artists go to develop and where they should put out their music to develop so it's out there for the world, and for you to get feedback so people can comment on the record. Because here's the thing: Spotify, Apple, Tidal, all these shit, motherfuckers can't comment on your music. So it's like if this is where you go and put it to just put it out there for consumption. It's not a place where you're putting it to get feedback and to engage with fans and develop. And so that's why I'm so big on artists still putting their music on SoundCloud because I don't give a fuck who paying and all that shit. Guess what? You ain't missing out on no real fucking money. Like you ain't got no fucking fans, you ain't getting no shows, you ain't on the radio. So your shit being on fucking Spotify, Tidal, whatever, versus being on SoundCloud, you ain't missing out on no fucking money. Let's say you missed out on $1,000. But the actual artist development that you get from the feedback of people commenting on your records and being able to, oh, I like this record. I like what you did right here. Oh, that was a nice line. Like for you to be able to get those cues from actual people is worth more than 1,000 fucking dollars. And so like don't skip the process. Don't skip the process of developing in an effort to try to be on or get on or be famous or be successful. And I feel like that's the thing is like a lot of younger artists because it's it's just the internet is lying to y'all. All these fucking influencers, all of these motherfuckers is lying to y'all now. Like, oh, you can do everything. You can do it immediately. You ain't got to do it. It don't even take all that. Yes, it does. It takes all of that. It takes all that shit. And anyone who tells you that it don't take all that is a fucking liar. All right, so that's so take your time, like retreat back to SoundCloud, put your music up on SoundCloud, just keep making records. Keep like if you really love this shit and you really want to be an artist, keep making records and keep putting them out. But put them out on SoundCloud and then keep doing it and keep doing it until you find what works for you. And then when you got some shit that people are resonating with, then you take it to Spotify and all that shit. Then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna get the. But until then, like, yo, go to practice. Like, like, go to practice. Like, I can't reiterate that enough. Motherfuckers be wanting to be put in the game. Motherfucking down by 3 points, 8 seconds left on the clock, and ain't been to a single practice all season. like like yo, you gotta earn that shit for yourself. Like keep doing that until you build up that confidence. You got all that shit and make it happen. Listen, it ain't that your music for a younger crowd. I'm listen, with all due love, it's just not good. It's just not good. And like in that particular record, and that's not saying that you can't be good. Like I'm like what you've done is kind of you've imitated something, and it was like a pale imitation of what I've heard before, and it's very general. And it's like it's not about the demographics because I hear shit that listen, I can listen to some shit and be like, I'll never play that shit. I won't add it to my playlist, but that shit hot. Like I can listen to it objectively. And I'm telling you from a musical standpoint, from your tone, from the beat, from the mix, from all of these things, none of that shit was working together. Yeah, it takes so long. It takes so long to find your sound. Like, and it's like, and I can tell you this because listen, here's the thing. I'm 38, and it's certain things I can tell you at 38 because you've never been 38, so you can never relate to things of me being 38. But I have been 19. And so like I've also everybody in here we can like it's easier for me to relate and look through your eyes than for you to look through mine. But I'll tell you this is don't worry about like the likes and all that shit. Just keep making it. If you really want to do this, keep